Hello, my dear ones. Welcome to our wrap up for April and May. We'll be talking a bit about June, but it has been a chaotic time, to be honest. Lots going on. I had to find some place where to settle for a few weeks and fell sick as well. Had trouble to. I'm still recovering. Not fully there, but on the way. I had a very weird intoxication, and that got complicated a bit. And for those who know, suffering from the Lyme condition, you have to be extra careful about what you eat and what you take as supplements and plants. And that combined with some events I have to hold, conferences, meetings with some students, clients, deadlines for some academic work and articles I had to send. And anyway, it was I was going through day by day, and I survived, and I hope to survive even more for the next weeks. Through these experiences, I came to kind of question my lifestyle while traveling and doing all I do, and I found myself seeking a place of calmness within me and physically, where I could recover physically as well, but also emotionally and spiritually. Because when you go through the strong wind for many months, it's tiring. It's very tiring for our nervous system. And so now that I am coming back to myself a bit more, taking care of myself, and having my own routine for my spiritual, which is really, really important in my life. It's kind of my center. It's, I wouldn't imagine myself without a spiritual habits or routines, and that does not involve only psychic protection, which we wrote a book about, but I'm talking really about daily practice according to our soul, to our avatar, to our star presence on earth. And so the outer world might seek our attention, even the physical body seeking our attention, but at the same time, our soul, my soul, needs the utmost attention. And that's what I feel now I'm coming back to. So with that, some of the journeys I did, some of the ceremonies I did in these last months helped me still to not lose it all, not lose my mind, but they were like anchoring, and tarot as well is anchoring. And I found myself really interesting because I found myself a little bit drawing far from my tarot practice because of the movement I was in. But still, the messages from the flowers, and you can see I'm still enjoying really connecting with the flowers in the sense. You just check for the video. Yeah, okay, great. So the connection with the flowers was an anchor from myself, and you see just some of the, because I'm channeling their stories and putting them on my Substack if you wanna join. This was a very strong anchor. Another strong anchor was the Dark Goddess tarot, and I have some of the cards there, but it played a role as well of kind of, okay, what energy am I awakening within me? How can I survive this day? How can I survive this week? And so on. And so it's kind of like a supportive deck, really. I was not expecting. I had this deck before and I sold it, and then I got it back. I didn't expect to love it as I do now. And I believe that there is this work of embracing our inner archetypes that I do at the Temple of Roses. I feel so much at ease now with who I am, what I am, depending the moments, the events, the persons I meet, the variety. This is the truth of our human existence on earth, but also of our true nature as a soul. The variety that inhabits us is natural. Being a being that can create and destroy, a being that can be death and can be life, is part of us. It's natural. And it's what we do with it. It's how we go through it and why it is awakened. Why certain archetypes are awakening within us. If an awareness that came to be, I had to deal with some doctors that, to be honest, once I was in the hospital and I was really, it was an emergency. With the intoxication, and I started praying and calling in my allies to help me out. And the pain was just, it disappeared. The pain disappeared, and the doctor didn't understand what happened because I was it's kind of ready for operation, close to, but it disappeared. So at that moment, the doctor didn't understand anything. So he sent me away, but still the pain came back. And so I was like, okay, what's in that? Am I choosing the easy solution? So maybe I need to change something within me, in my core way of living. The pain comes back because I still didn't change some habits or a vision or my posture and so on. So being at ease with things being unstable and permanent, even if that acts on my immune system, on my nervous system, I have to learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And so interesting that I stopped with Bridget because she is the light carrier. I love that alchemy. I believe that our digestive system, our enzymes, that alchemy that we have within our physical body, it's also emotional, mental, so my mind is very, it was, let's say, developed or kind of like I'm able to process information, or let's say, but at the same time, my emotional one is a little bit slower. I need more time to process some emotions, let's say. So where is our alchemical power to change between the different archetypes, to change our states from, bad to good, to process? And this is when I looked even deeper, and I'm sorry, I'm in this kind of reflexive thinking and introspection, that we lost our ability to adapt in the world because of too much information, too much to process, too much food, too much this. And all of this thinking brought me to, okay, what about the less things to manage in your life, less things to manage physically in the outer world, so that you can go within and process the unprocessed. And that was the intoxication is about unprocessed food that is poisonous for us, that we have taken, but it still needs to go away. What type of emotions did we bring within, thought systems that we brought within, that we need to detoxify? So I'm in this still, and another anchor, the Beast Tarot. I stayed really with this deck. I am I can't say just loving it. We are partners, really. We became really good partners, and this is the one I use for my clients as well, and consultations, decisions, or things like that. I've been really enjoying this energy of the bees as well, as healers, as teachers. Is a book I found just recently about, how the bees function, how they are smart, they calculate, very good in mathematics, and there's a reason why we talk about sacred geometry with the bees. And so yeah, I'm still using it alongside with the curious coastal curiosities. Yeah. So yeah, they function really, really well. Of course, the mother piece I won't show you. I will show it every month this year, but it has been really present with me. And also, just before we finish with the cards, this deck has been kind of like a supportive one. Even if the messages can be, after some time you have incorporated all the messages of the deck, it feels that okay, maybe it will be time soon to put it aside, but still for the last 6 months I would say it has been kind of nurturing and belonging to the dream world. Feels really close to my soul essence. Now I'll be sharing some of the books. Of course, not all books I have read are here, but let me see. I have, of course, this is one of the books that I am going through, which is the Divine Feminine Tao Teaching for this year. I arrived today was standing on tiptoe is unsteady. Striding is not to walk far. Showing off is not to shine. Seeking attention is not to be seen. Boasting brings no merit. Parading around is short-lived. Those who know the Tao say, too much food and excess doing are things to scorn. Those who live the Tao do not indulge. Isn't this related to our theme today? So I came back to it, very, very happy to do this kind of a little bit more every day instead of just weekly. Another book I got is this one, Grove. It's kind of a magazine, a yearly magazine, and this one was about the Danu, the great mother of the Celts or the Celts, dedicated to Danu. So I'm really enjoying reading it. If you are into Irish traditions, Celtic traditions generally, is an amazing book. And what I want to share is some of the artists of the community. So the author brings people together and they share their art, and I find this amazing as a way to again put a magazine in place, but more community style. Not doesn't you don't need to share a whole article, or you can share just some words and images will speak for you. So I'm really loving it. There's also like a diary pages for the next year by trees. And if you know the poems, I won't share the cards this time because I got the deck first and then I got the magazine. So maybe next time. But the creator has an amazing deck. Yeah, and I also participated. I put the promotion for the Celtic goddess of Portugal, so that they learn about the Celts of other parts of Europe, not just in Ireland and the UK, for let's say, or so. Yeah, very nice. Very nice collaboration. I started as well reading the Understanding the Invisible comics by Scott McCloud. What can I say about this? This book is amazing. It explains actually the comics if you are interested in them, but or not, basically, because so what you learn from this book is that the letters are comics. They are symbols, one next to each others, and what are comics? They are visual symbols or drawings that have a sequence. So you learn about how comics are used in the airports, in the usage, any usage material, or let's say gardening machine you buy, they will show you step by step how to do it. So it talks really about comics from a whole perspective, as a way of transmitting information, as a way of seeing the world, and how it is important to this very, very interesting, how it is important as well to so one of the texts or one of the drawings he was sharing is that if you see someone with his face details, it won't be really personal. But if you remove all the extras and you make this person neutral, you can visualize yourself in her. And this is quite interesting. Why do we need to simplify things? And we can find this in the tarot deck or oracle cards. I'm just trying to put this out here, for as trying to think about the big, I don't okay, I will have it then next time. But I'm trying to think about the become an oracle, and the oracle cards I created, let's say, or the I don't care. How can we create oracles in sequence way? And also, can we see the tarot as being comics? Not in their drawing, but in their way of being. Can we interpret the tarot or different texts as comics? And that's, so I'm still keeping thinking about it and exploring more of it. And hopefully I will be finishing it this month. So much more, much more to come, hopefully, for the next 2 months. I will try to finish the projects I have, and just, taking care of myself, as I said, and hopefully you can do the same, enjoying the summer, enjoying the sun wherever you are. And I wish you a very, very nice day. Please stay in touch through my Substack. This is where I'm publishing most, and will be maybe coming back for another video for the next month. And before I forget, one thing before. Yeah, of course, I forgot. This is I'm holding a shamanic practice reading group, and this is the book we will be reading for June. The world we used to live in. I'm taking very, very at heart the cause of the indigenous people, their culture, and how they survived. What we can learn from them. How can we help them? Things like that. So this is in that perspective our book challenge. And there are other let's say courses ongoing. You can find them. Some are for free in Substack, not offered by me but by other organizations around this topic as well, and some very, very interesting. The upcoming one, I think, is about the history of America from the indigenous perspective. So it's gonna be promising. So take good care of yourself, and hope to talk to you soon. Much love.